This should be in favor of the CTs, but how the hell are things going here?
That is so awkward. He should be getting that kill every time. Instead, though, destroyed by the Deagle. Luckily, it's going to return a little bit towards normality. Apex lurking around. It just depends on the timing of how this one's going to go.
Everybody on Vitality was above 2,000. On their pistols and fast as they come, as they charge up to.
Vitality leading far ahead of the curve right now. One map already picked up, Mirage was claimed, and now they look like they want to do the same here on Dust2. 11-4 Snods as we get back into the action on the second half. Renegades, they move on to their CT side. If they've got any fight left in them, if Gratisfaction has any more tricks up his sleeve, that wizard needs to pull them out right now.
Round 16, as you said, let's see then. 26-1. Wow, I thought we were only going to see it with the 15-1 or the 15-0 scoreline with Liquid versus NP, but that is interesting to see it again. Maybe the guys at Betway are watching. I wanted to meme us out. Either way, big round here for Renegades if they want to stay in IEM Chicago. Otherwise, they're probably going to be going home if it gets to that 14-4 scoreline when you factor in the conversion rounds. But Team Vitality, we know they like to group up and play fast on their pistols and fast as they come, as they charge up towards B.
Oh, the awkward spam from Gratisfaction as he tries to get himself a second into the round, but it's all coming up CT-sided right now. Renegades are overthrowing each and every one of them, although RPK tries to kick it off with a little bit of a bang. Wanted to give us some kind of hope there for the French superstars, but the Fury wasn't enough from RPK. He is going to go down, and Renegades, they are gifted a lifeline. This is where it needs to be flawless from this point forward, though, Snods. There is no room for error.
Lifeline has been dished out to Renegades here. The final map is Vertigo, if it does go that far. 2 UMPs. FAMAS there for Jacob, M4 for Gratisfaction, and the AUG for Liaz. But a force spike coming up from Vitality here. Jack is just the scout. AK, CZ, P250, and Deagle coming out from the French side. And with that AK, it's going to be coming in towards B lower. Spotty to see if someone was boosted early towards short. But instead, look how passive Renegades are playing. They have 2 players in the A site, 1 playing towards A long with the York, that's Liaz. And apart from that, two playing towards the B site as the anchors. So very passive play here from Renegades, which is good and bad. Obviously, you have the range against the pistols when you have your rifles. But the issue as well, Jack, is if those pistols make their way onto the site, it can be very, very tricky.
Gratisfaction getting very aggressive as he wanted to try and go for a deep play in there. Got a spam off onto Apex, took him down to 10 HP. They're setting themselves up. They are going to try and go for this overwhelming rush, it seems, off of short to try and bombard towards the A bomb site. It just depends when that call is going to be made. They have free smokes. They can smoke from mid to B as well, create a bit of a ruse, a seed of doubt in the minds of the Renegades to make them believe potentially this is going to be a play towards the B site. They've got free flashbangs as well, so they can light up the sky and daze and confuse everyone that is defending towards the A site. Although Azza, he has a flash of his own. He can counter this as the push comes through. He's just trying to bait for his teammate there as the flashbang will go over. This is where Gratisfaction will go for the wide swing out and try and work, but it doesn't work well. Alex knocks his blocks off, keeps running through, annihilates everyone that dares to defy him, although Liaz is the one to go monstrous into the round as he gets himself a 4K, all of the damage done from just one man. Apex left to save it as well with 10 HP, not a chance as JKS will find it, UMPs him down, and Renegades get a 6th.
Zaiwu and MBK grouping up together there to both be sprayed down by Liaz from the 3 versus 3. It looks so potent there for Vitality to take it, but they do line up to the spray from the AEG, and just like that, Apex left in a very awkward situation in a 1 versus 2 with that Scouts. So now the tides have turned. Eco coming out from Vitality. No Kevlar, just give me the Scout for MBK, but apart from that, pistols across the board with 1 flashbang. Flashbang in the hand of Alex over towards A long as MBK just missed the initial Scout hits, but he does get the hit through the door directly to the dome of Liaz. 5 versus 4, however, with no armor, still very likely. This should be in favor of the CTs, but how the hell are things going here?
That is so awkward. He should be getting that kill every time. Instead, though, destroyed by the Deagle. Luckily, it's going to return a little bit towards normality. Apex lurking around. It just depends on the timing of how this one's going to go. It could get so awkward as well. Jacob's not going to clear it. Jacob jumps on the box, exposes himself. Oh. Apex will find the kill. JKS with a savage response onto ZywOo, but MBK with a big round. The Scout superstar looking like Chris J into that one as he does an awful lot of damage.
Indeed. My goodness, initially when he missed the first shot, got tagged up as well towards long. I thought that was the beginning of the end. And ironically as well, Jack, he was the only player to invest anything in that round. Everybody on Vitality was above $2,000. Apart from MBK, he invested in the Scout, went down to $700. So if they had lost this round, the last one, then MBK would have been on what? A pistol, a UMP if that. So a major risk to take, but high risk and high reward, as now they are doubling the scoreline against Renegades, 12-6. And look at that cash for the Aussies. This is shaping up to be a double eco.
Only weapon they have to play with on the side of Renegades is just one singular Mag 7. Curious to see if that's actually going to get any chance to be used as well, as everyone is grouped up towards long. No one's heading over towards that B site right now. It is just going to be the Wolfpack play from Vitality. They've assessed the situation. They realize they've got the better firepower. They've got the range advantage. Keep your distance. Don't get up close and personal where the pistols are going to have prowess.
Yep. But now look how far back the pistols are playing here from Renegades. All the way back in CT spawn, and back off towards short where Leaz is staying right now. But Faction may have an impact, as he has only got a CZ, so at range, not really the best weapon he want to pick. ZywOo, though, with the Scout towards long, should be able to deal with Faction easily enough, as he is backed up by Apex. But apart from that, JKM, the lone shotgun, going to maybe try and save that into the next round, as it is going to be the eco coming up from Renegades. And on that bombshell, it is going to go 13-6 as the bomb does get eventually planted towards A.
JKM getting up close and personal here with the Mag 7. If they did try and exit, he would have a chance, but in reality, they're probably all going to group up, they'll stay together, and they'll herd up. There's no reason for them to charge their way out through the longhouse and potentially give weapons away or free cash to the side of Renegades. So Jacob's been boosted up on top of the elevated angle. They cast the smoke in as well. They don't really need to fight this. They've got the spam out, they've spotted him, it's an easy kill now, and that is going to be the end of that only chance for Renegades.
So, during some dead air, let's fill in with some facts from our stat man, David. Dust2 is the best map for Vitality at big events so far in 2019. 70% win rate versus top-tier opposition on this map, and you can probably see why. The mix of skill, strategy, the team play, everything really coming to fruition. The last time Vitality played Dust2, they actually beat the #1 team in the world, Team Liquid, at the final of ES2-1 Cologne, 19-17 in overtime. So you can see the caliber of opposition they're used to playing on this map, and right now there's quite a discrepancy between these two teams on it.
Taste a little replay here of the RPK limelight as well into the opening round, where we thought maybe some magic was going to be made, although we didn't realize it was setting us up for the return to form instantly for Vitality. He's getting into round 20, it's 13-6, although Faction, he wants to go for a pick.
That was the replay from Leaz when he lined up the two players with that AUG. Oh, this is the 3K from Apex. Oh, okay, maybe not then. But it was the 3K from Apex, and in the meantime... Jack, I'm lost.
Well, we're on round 20. It's fine.
I'm lost.
RPK with a kill onto Faction. NBK as well going to come through, back down like a ton of bricks onto Leaz, as all of these are effectively the memories that are flashing through the minds of Renegades.
Just before your death, you know, your life flashing before you as it went in and out of replays. Now I'm not sure what is a replay, but it is round number 20, and in this one, Azza trying his luck with a jumping shotgun, does tag up two players to low HP, finishes off ZywOo, goes for more as well, on towards RPK. And it's Apex towards short as well. Three of the players remaining here for Renegades, but it is going to be chopped apart there by the two players, RPK and MBK, as MBK made his way all the way from middle, back through those double doors, up that Xbox, and behind the two players coming in from short from Renegades. And that backstab was more than enough to secure round number 14.
I was a bit of a time travel round.
It was crazy, it was crazy. But I was so lost because it went back into the round, and then it went back into the replay, but the replay was on long as well.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, you know, what is reality?
Where even are we?
Where are we? Are we in Germany? Are we in Chicago? Are we back in England?
It randomly just cuts to a clip of Source Very Games. But either way, ZywOo.
Oh, yeah. Inferno on B-side. A-side, sorry.
Still looking like he wants to do some damage to open it up with an early pick. RPK as well, straight through Faction. The murder continues onto JKS. Azza gets one, but it's not enough really at this point. It's got to be match point, surely.
There we have it, 15-6. 9 match points now in a row for Vitality to claim map 2 and basically finish our day off here on the B stream of IEM Chicago. Obviously there is the, actually let's take a look at it. There's the ENCE versus Heroic game as well going on right now, which is currently, let's take a look. I believe ENCE won the first map. Yes, they did on Overpass, and now map 2, it is 9-6 on Nuke in favor of ENCE. So maybe ENCE and Heroic making their way out of Group B, and then the loser of that, most likely Heroic, maybe having another rematch against Vitality in the next best of 3.
Bear in mind, this is the elimination game as well, and it's the second map. Vitality already one map up, winning Mirage, so this round could essentially decide the fate of Renegades. They might be shipped off back home if they let this one slip away. It's a good start at least, as they're not willing to go down without a fight, and they have eliminated the main man. Effectively, the culmination of all the Infinity Gems put into the gauntlet. That is ZywOo. That's how he operates. But he is dead for the meantime. Liaz looks to get into a better position as well. Pushes up close towards the God B angle, sat outside the doors. Just going to re-smoke it with the scavenge smoke off the body and begins to fall back, at least burning time off the clock.
Speaking of the clock, a minute left here as Vitality are down a man early. RPK, Apex both towards shore. MBK and Alex with the bomb in hand towards long. So most likely going to be a pincer play here towards the A site, 2 and 2 apiece. They still have to get through the wall of smokes, and through those smokes, Faction makes it 2.
Ooh, Azza with a spam down, although RPK will at least get one trade. At this point, it's all left on Alex. Can he do it for Queen and Country and try and save it going forward? The smoke goes down, suspects the angle being played by JKS. Delves through the smoke, though, as he's making his move up towards the A site. There is 25 seconds left on the clock here.
All he has to do is win the 1 versus Faction, because look exactly where Liaz is, towards A long. He's wasted too much time, though. Didn't quite get the kill on Faction. And now from behind is Liaz. Should be able to finish him, and indeed he does. Round number 7 for Renegades. We're going to the 23rd. But of course, with Vitality stringing rounds together, they can still afford to buy for a couple more rounds. And yeah, now it's 8 match points, basically just waiting for the inevitable here of the 16 to whatever it may be from Renegades, but there should be a 2-0 from Vitality.
It should be, in theory, at this point forward. It's going to be unlikely that Renegades can keep this up the whole time. It would definitely be a hard-fought fight, but they're looking like they're starting to come into form. So maybe if there was a chance, it would be now. ZywOo, though, back in play, has the AWP as well to cause some damage and disarray across the scene. Let's see if he can have a huge impact on the server going into round 23.
Control towards A long from Renegades as they leave Faction towards short. I imagine he's playing the Kenny S of the Shocks angle towards short, and indeed he is, so Apex may get a taste of his old former teammate. Flashbang goes in, blinds him up and falls back. Molotov will deter them momentarily though, as 4 players are basically here towards mid and towards short. RPK coming back as well, so they may just come out towards long and leave Apex to lurk towards short and try and have him flank later on if they do go for the play towards A from A long.
I still have utility to work with here. Vitality can definitely make a lot out of this round. The same can't really be said for Renegades. They're dwindling away in the actual reserves they have. Liaz going to have to drop his smoke out right in front of him. The only thing they have remaining is 2 flashbangs, but luckily they've got a bit of a killer. He's going to be able to pop off and find 1 frag, taking down Alex, at least slowing down the round initially. Faction Molotov'd off as well as he has to fall back towards Goose, but it might have set him up for success unintentionally. Unluckily though, his head's been knocked clean off. MBK, the contract killer, comes through, an artist of an AK as he paints a pretty picture into the round, leaving us into a 3 versus 3. They're trying to get the bomb across towards the site. They're going to be able to get that down now. Apex can plant it just in the nick of time. With 15 seconds left on the clock, the bomb goes down.
It's not planted though for long, it's planted for the site, so Apex has to stay alive here. RPK towards long, may go for the flank towards short here, Jack, and that's exactly where all 3 remaining players from Renegades are. This could be such a strong backstab if he makes his move quick.
RPK, he spotted everyone. He knows they're there. He saw the back of their heels, and he's coming up to decimate. ZywOo distracts. RPK with 1. RPK with the double kill. As per usual, the Source superstar does some damage. 16-7 will be the overall scoreline. Renegades falter. They buckle under the pressure, and they will be going back down under. They have lost out here, finishing their tournament run at IEM Chicago.
push the clock.